Dog Soldiers is one of the more popular, lesser-known werewolf movies. Now, I can hear you saying, how can it be popular if no one knows about it? Well, good point. It seems like everyone in the horror community has seen Dog Soldiers and liked it, but the normal moviegoers hasn't even heard of it. Why is that? Well, it turns out they sold the movie rights to the Sci-Fi Channel before even giving it a chance to play in theaters over here in the States. So, I'm guessing most people just didn't get a chance to see it. Well, let's end that now. Let's watch Dog Soldiers and see what it's all about. It opens up with a couple camping in the woods. This guy gets a gift from his partner, a silver letter opener. I bet we see that again. While making out in the tent, they hear the zipper slowly being opened. A truly terrifying moment. Then a big hairy hand pulls the girl out. Well, they're dead. 4 weeks later, a small platoon is sent on a training exercise. They're a bunch of close-knit guys, but for now, the only people you need to know are Sergeant Wells and Cooper. There's also this guy Ryan, who is head of Special Forces, which is the group they're mock fighting. Ryan seems to have the upper hand and is watching their every move. As the men wander around, they discuss their biggest fears, mostly joking around a bit, but things get serious when Wells says his biggest fear is not coming home to his wife. Foreshadowing. Just then, out of nowhere, a cow falls on top of them. They take a closer look and see teeth and claw marks, but they still think it's just an animal, or part of the exercise, so no need to use a real gun or anything. Yet. That isn't until the men find the Special Forces team. Well, bits and pieces of them. Only Ryan is alive, and he pops up to scare the crap out of you. He keeps saying that there was only supposed to be one, but nobody knows what he's talking about. Now, they know this is no longer a training exercise, and it's time to get serious. They take all the weapons and gear, grab Ryan, and try to find help. But it comes just a little too late. They're attacked by something. You don't really see anything but quick glimpses of the monster. You can tell that they're werewolves, but no real detail, and I like that. It builds up some suspense, but gets the movie started. One guy is killed, and the Sarge is pretty badly hurt, with his guts all over the place. They manage to escape and flag down a car. Well, really, they roll out into the middle of the road and almost get hit by the car. This is Megan, a zoologist. She's in the area investigating all the missing people. I guess she heard the rumors of werewolves and just couldn't resist. They all go to a farmhouse that's the only place they can get help for 50 miles in any direction. On top of that, the family isn't home. Oddly enough, there's hot food and a fire still going, so the soldiers help themselves. This is where most of the movie takes place. They try to come up with a plan, the werewolves attack, rinse and repeat. In one moment of peace, they bandage up the Sarge. Well, bandage isn't the right word. More like they super glue him up. I mean, I guess that works. He gets drunk so he can endure the pain of this makeshift surgery, and I guess the actor got drunk in real life to make the scene more realistic. But really, he probably just wanted to drink on the job.
Is it my birthday? Hey!
No.
With the Sarge good and knocked out, Cooper is in charge, and he's noticing that Ryan seems to be doing a lot better. I mean, for a guy who just had his chest ripped open, he seems fine. And they pull the bandages back to see that he's all healed up. You always wonder if you got bit by a zombie if you would tell anyone else. Well, Ryan sure wouldn't. They tie him up knowing that a transformation is imminent. The wolves attack again, and the guys accidentally blow up the car. So, that's great. But then Megan says the family car is in the shed. So they go out and get it. More people die, werewolves break in and they fight them off. It does sound a little repetitious, but each time we get to see more and more of what these creatures actually look like. And they look great. It looks like the pack is hiding in the shed. So what do? Drive the car right back into it, but this time rigging it to blow. And it does. The shed and everyone in it are blown to smithereens. But there wasn't anything in it. It was all just a trick. Yep, you guessed it. Megan was in on it the whole time. She now explains everything. Ryan's team was called in to capture the monsters to use for the military, but they were expecting there to be only one. Megan was working with Ryan because she thought they were going to try and make a cure, but once she found out it was just to make them weapons, she called the whole thing off. So why is Cooper and all the other guys there? Well, they were to be the bait.
Being nice to me will get you killed.
Just then, Ryan turns into a wolf and they have to take him out. They turn around and shoot Megan, but the whole pack is there. The remaining soldiers split up and fight the beasts one-on-one with little luck. In the end, Wells knows it's about time for him to turn, so he sends Cooper and the family dog down into the basement. I'm glad they saved the dog. Wells turns on the gas and blows up the house. But there's one surviving wolf, Ryan.
Ryan.
The dog helps Cooper, but what's a dog gonna do against a wolf? That's when Cooper sees the only thing he can use to defend himself. That's right, the silver letter opener from the beginning. He stabs Wolf Ryan, then shoots him in the head, killing him. It's all over and Cooper is the only survivor, but I mean, he still has a long hike to get back to civilization. At least he's not being hunted anymore. But that was Dog Soldiers, a fun, testosterone-filled creature feature that focuses on practical effects and entertainment above all else. They really did do a good job on the look and feel of the werewolves. It's exactly what I would imagine the beast to look like. A tall, nimble, upright dog that's out of control. In fact, the director, Neil Marshall, opts to have dancers inside of the suits instead of stuntmen to give them grace and elegance. The characters all do a good job, and the story throws in some twists every once in a while. Sure, some things are pretty predictable, like Megan being a part of the pack, but for the most part, the plot leaves you on your toes. Or should I say paws? There is plenty of blood and guts to keep any gorehound happy. The only thing I wish there was more of was atmosphere. Have some real creepy shots of the fog over the full moon, or show the werewolves stalking their prey out in the open. They chose to make Dog Soldiers more about action than atmosphere, so just keep that in mind. Overall, it's a good time and a good werewolf movie. I give it 3 silver letter openers out of 4.
And then, Bruce, what scares you?
The self-destructive nature of the human condition.
Just taking a piss now.
What do you think, sir?
How about you then, Spoon?
Castration.
Yeah.